Heyo boys, welcome back. Today we're just going to be doing a project showcase. So obviously we're in, well, my world. If you haven't seen the world tour, I would suggest checking that out. It's a fantastic video where I kind of show you around the world that I've put like, let's see, it is day 8,362 in this world. So yeah, way too much time. But anyways, we're gonna I'm gonna do a project showcase on the villager trading hall. Is this? We're getting distracted because that is my only. Oh, and I'm suffocating. Oh no, I've taken no hearts of damage. It's okay. We'll just get out of there. It's fine. We're gonna just ignore that. Never happened. Anyways, so this is my villager trading hall, and well, let's get right into it. Ba-ba-bum, ba-da-ba-bum. So the first floor is pretty much just decor and a ton of villagers. There are somewhere between 35 and 42 villagers per level, and there are 3 levels, so I'd say there's just about 110 villagers in this thing, which is why my FPS is chilling at a cool 45 instead of like the 70 that I'd like it to be at. Um, so all of these villagers are pretty much cured to 1 emerald apiece. So that means that if I go up to these guys, I'm going to be trading 1 singular rotten flesh for 1 emerald for almost all these villagers. It's a bit of a lie because actually half these clerics I realized I actually needed more villagers, so I only cured them half as many times. So it's just about for some of these it's 5 per emerald, but when you have an entire gold farm pumping out entire double chests worth of rotten flesh per night, I'm not really worried about the transfer rate between rotten flesh and emeralds, if you know what I mean. So then there's these guys. These guys actually aren't cured on this top floor a lot. So from that guy over to here, and from this cleric to that armorer there, none of these guys are actually cured for this specific account, which is a little bit odd. But I started this world on another account, cured those villagers on that other account, and now I'm just going to leave them in case I ever lock back into this world on that account, so I can still get like cheap food and pearls and things like that. Even though I really don't need any of that, but I digress. Anyways, we're going to head down into the depths. I have a fish tank thing here that I built. This took me a fair amount of time, honestly. It wasn't like the most tedious job. You just kind of slap down some seaweed with some bone meal. You put down some pickles. I think the most time-consuming bit was getting all the fish, because I actually had to go to a tropical place to get all these colorful fish. And they're so nice and colorful. And then they are stupid, like actually stupid. It's hilarious because they'll either sit in this one singular pocket on either of the sides. They'll either sit there or like over here and do absolutely nothing, or they'll be bobbing around, and one of them will go up to the top and they'll flop out onto here, and then they'll drown like here. And I'm just sitting here like, why can't you just stay in the water, like live? It's not that hard. Also, in case you were wondering why there's a bed here, it's to reset trades because, well, villagers only reset trades like once per day, so I abuse the bed in the water thing, and I don't drown while I'm in the bed, which is realistic. Anywho, we're gonna head down. This is my mending man. He's actually not a guy I trade with anymore. He's just here for decoration. That's right. It's alright. He enjoys his life, I'm sure. All of the 1x1 cubicles are, well, they're very comfortable for all of these villagers. Look how happy they are. They won't even look at me. Anyways, these are my stonemasons. These guys are mainly for getting quartz. I got my Fletchers. These guys are for trading sticks, but also, hopefully once I upgrade them all, they'll be for tipped arrows, because at their final trade, those guys trade tipped arrows. I have my weaponsmith for getting a sword and an axe. All of the farmers you've ever seen for trading up all of the pumpkins and melons you've ever seen. And that is pretty much this floor, other than my wool boys to get some really bright pink carpet and banners and things like that. So yeah, those are those guys. That I only have 3 of them because they're not super useful. And then we go down to the bottom floor, and we are at the actually probably the most important floor. Like, I go here more often than anywhere else. So we have all of our librarians, which, of course, are like the most important villagers. They give you all of the enchantments you could ever need for anything. And then we have our cartographers. That's the name of them. I use cartographers for their trades on glass, because if I take a few emeralds, I go over here and I buy glass from the librarians, I can turn that glass into glass panes, and then I can take glass panes, I can go over here to any one of my cartographers and get a stack of emeralds for a stack of glass, just like that. And now I have a stack of emeralds. And it took less than 5 seconds. This is wealth. Also a little bit overpowered. There's been a lot of outrage in the community over, like, just villager trading in general, because, like, once you have this setup, and I'll show you guys this next week in a video, but you can do some really like broken things in the game. Like, mining for diamonds pretty much becomes useless. Getting experience, easy, done. Food, done. Blocks, done. It's kind of like everything is served to you on a silver platter, and all you have to do is get these stupid little boys into their cages, and then you just have to let them do their thing. Maybe cure them a few times, turn them into zombies, and then turn them back, and then they'll love you for it, because they won't remember that you were the one who unleashed the zombie on them. We don't need to talk about the semantics of this. We just need to move on. All right. Okay. Anyways, so once I have all of the books, so I buy like a fire aspect for a single emerald, because of course all of these guys only cost 1 emerald per thing. Wait, is that? It's an imperfect trade. I'm insulted. Anyways, I don't actually trade paper here, so I don't really care that much. But all of the book trades are only an emerald apiece. So I can buy literally any enchantment I want. I actually didn't get crossbow enchantments because I just don't use crossbows, but the point still stands. Any enchantment I want for an emerald, and when it's this easy to get emeralds, it's just a little bit overpowered. So once I get the books, I usually will come over here and break a piece of wood and open up the secret door, and you drop wealth. That's right, boys. We got all of the wealth. And I'm talking like all of the wealth. And it's completely organized too. Look at this. Sharpness is in sharpness. Punches. Stop it. In punch. Yes. This is what I am talking about. But, yeah, so I have my enchantment table. I got a smithing table. I got, I think, a piece of netherite just in case. Shulker box for storage. Some books. I got all my elytra that I need to enchant. I got some extra books in here because mending and unbreaking are valuable AF. I got all my swords. So I'm actually going to turn a lot of these into... Holy crap. I got these swords at the end. So this came like pre-enchanted. That is stupidly good sword. What? Anyways. So yeah, I'm probably just going to turn a lot of these swords into, like, the 7 enchantment swords that I really love, because you can't actually get swords with 7 enchantments on them. Like, it doesn't work. The only way that it will function is if you find a sword in nature, like in a chest, say in the end, or in a jungle fortress or whatever. Like, you have to find a sword with an enchantment already on it that you want, because if you can only put 6 enchantments on a sword. If you try and put 7, it'll say it costs too much, no matter the order you do it in. I've tested this in creative. Leave a comment if I'm wrong, and then send me a video that proves me wrong. I dare you. So, I spent a long time just, collecting a few elytra, and then I would go to the chests in those ships and on those cities and make sure to grab all of the swords that I could. so that I could turn these into 7 enchantment swords, because, well, they're hard to get, and they're powerful. Yep. I also have all my anvils, and I mean, like, all the anvils. Like, I'm not running out of anvils anytime soon. So, yeah. This is kind of peak. This room probably took me hour, maybe 2 to build, and another 2 to stock fully. Maybe 3 to stock fully, let's be honest. It's not fun to do this, but it is worth it. Now, literally, anytime I need a new bow, I actually just lost one. It's really depressing. I, like, just made a new one, and then within the same day, I lost it and an elytra. It was glorious. Yeah, so I can... This is my enchantment room. I hope you guys like it. And if you're wondering what those are end crystals. Just a wee bit explosive. There's 32 in each. I had to make a gas farm and a frog light farm. We don't talk about that, though, to build this place. Yeah, the gas farm was literally just for this. I can't even lie. Like, I was like, I want to do this. And then I was like, well, I guess I need to build a gas farm. And so I did. Story of my life. So yeah, those are neat little bits of geometry. Fun fact, if you put enough of them in a thing, it'll end up just looking like a circle. It's kind of weird. You can make circles in Minecraft that way, by just putting a bunch of entities in it. Yeah, the issue with this place is, like, if I look up at all my villagers and have these in render distance, my FPS is halved. If I look down and away from everything, you notice that it goes to the VSync, which is 144, because that's the refresh rate. Anyways, we're getting into technical stuff, and we don't need to talk about that. But yeah, these things are extremely explosive. Don't punch them if you see them, or at least if you do, stand a good distance away. Basic safety, guys. And that is, well, that is that. I mean, honestly, I expected this to be like a longer video. Like, I expected to have to, like, edit this and work hard. But I'm realizing, what if I don't work hard and don't edit it, and it is still a good video? That's like... Okay, bye.